it's a great story. It's a great story of injustice, and in the middle of the play, and we come out with a sense that some justice has been done. And the injustice in this strike was the use of an injunction that limited the number of pickets to 12. And it really killed the effectiveness of the strike. But these women were very courageous. They battled through a long, hard winter out on the picket lines. And at the end of the day, what happened was there had been, the use of these injunctions was a very popular tactic in Ontario in the 1950s and 60s. In fact, in the previous 20 years, there have been 40 of them granted, and in the previous 20 years, 20 alone. So employers were using this as a hammer to crush unions at every turn. As soon as a strike happened, they'd go to court, claim there was some disturbances on the picket line, the judges just bang, grant you an injunction. So it killed the effectiveness of the strikes. And that's what happened to these women. But what came out of it was a royal commission into labor practices in the province of Ontario under a retired Supreme Court justice, and that ended the use of these injunctions for all intents and purposes. So it's a story of injustice, and at the end we have justice. And in between you've got a lot of very entertaining scenes, and it takes us back to Peterborough in the 60s when Peterborough was a manufacturing powerhouse. I mean, there were like 54 trade unions in Peterborough at the time. Huge, strong labor movement that got behind these women. I mean, Tilco was just a very small manufacturing plant at the corner of Park Street and Park Hill Road. It was nothing in the overall scheme of things. General Electric, Outboard Marine, Quaker Oats, I mean, all the biggies. And then suddenly this strike blows up all out of proportion. And so there was just everything there for a script and for a great play.
This is really a docudrama about a strike that happened in Peterborough in 1965-66 at the Tilco plastics factory. It is a well-documented event that still lives in the memory of this region, Peterborough. And I think that there will be people coming to the show who either knew the people who are in the play or are even related to them.
Lil Downer is the strike leader. She is one of the women who is working at Tilco Plastics, and she gets nominated by her fellow strikers, her fellow plant workers, to represent them at the bargaining table, along with this very important gentleman here.
And I'm playing Vic Skoriet, who is a Polish union representative for the Textile Workers Union of America. And he's come up to Peterborough to fight for the Tilco Grove.
So we essentially do all the bargaining together, me representing the women and him representing the Textile Workers Union of America.
This year I am playing the antagonist. I want to talk to you. So I'm doing my best to not be a villain, but I am the owner of the factory, or one of the co-owners of the factory, Dutch Pamet, and so that means that I am the source of troubles sometimes. You can expect a lot of big scenes, a lot of big group scenes, a lot of big strike scenes, musical numbers of solidarity, and but also we have some fun too with our sort of character types, and me and the other three owners in the factory, we have a lot of scenes together that we really have a good time playing, because we get to play what it's like to be on the other side of these negotiations, saying like, it's difficult that the workers are trying to get more money, but we also are in debt for owning the company, and we are fighting for the ability for the factory to keep going and being able to actually still compete.
A lot of arguments, a lot of negotiations, music.
Yeah, a lot of singing. There's a couple fight scenes,
Yeah.
People throw hands
Definitely
a little.
get into it.
Yeah.
A lot of ups and downs and emotions take you all the way around.
I know it's the play is very much a roller coaster. You have points in it where you just laugh at the arguments and conversations happening, and then there are points in it that make you just cry and want to bawl your eyes out. And there are certain points in it where it's like, oh, I don't know how to feel about this. It's definitely something that's going to take you on a wild roller coaster.
There's original music, that Tilco song. Listen, 26 guys went to jail over this strike, and 2 of them, when they served 15 days in the jailhouse, we done 15 days on the hill. We got it for fighting injunctions, and brothers were fighting them still. They wrote a song up there in, where the county courthouse is, they wrote this song, so we're going to perform the song on opening night. And it's the other thing is a story of injustice that ends with justice. And if that doesn't move somebody off the fence, well, I don't know what will.